We may not be the best every week, but we do have a lot of fun playing together. I mean, you guys have all played against us. We probably talk the most amount of, probably the loosest team in the league.
That's the half battle there, going out there and having fun. And you're certainly one of your all-time Sting greats, one of the all-time league greats, making a cameo for you on Sunday. How about that, Jeff Sanders? How'd you get him back down here?
Yeah, so Sandy moved about an hour 45 north of Cincy, and he took a role coach in Fort Laramie High School last year, 2 years ago actually. And his first year, he won the state championship as a high school coach, and he plays a lot. He plays a lot with the Dayton team. I think it's the Wolves up there, but he called me about 3 weeks ago, and he says, "Hey, my league's running out. You need anyone to come down and pitch, in a couple weeks on Sunday." I said, "Yeah, we can always use another arm." So, he showed up, drank 3 innings worth of coffee and, drank about 7 or 8 waters and a couple of Red Bulls and a couple 5-hour energies. And, he grinded out through 9 and kind of pieced a very stereotypical old school pitching game in.
The ultimate rubber arm, and never bad to add a guy that has about 150 wins in this league, and certainly been there, done that. A good pickup for you guys. Now, I talked about it a little bit in the open about some of the things that you've been doing for the league since you got in. You've been involved with helping out with the rules committee, and you've got the uncanny ability, and I don't know how you do it, to find some of these fields for us. You've landed Finneytown, McNick, North College Hill. How are you doing this? Unbelievable.
Pure dumb luck. Honestly, yes, being polite and being persistent with ADs. I mean, everyone seems to know someone, but the reality is everyone seems to know someone until it doesn't work. I just frankly don't know anyone, and maybe someone sees my name and feels sorry for me. So again, we'll give this guy a shot. We'll talk to him, and a lot of it is really it's not me, but it's kind of the message of who we are as a league. So the message of getting out there, wanting to bring baseball back, and having a bunch of guys that have, everyday jobs and still want to try and get out there and play. So
sure. It's
an easy story for the league. It's an easy story for us to tell. And, I think the schools are receptive to having us, do a little work for them and, being advocates for baseball. So,
yeah, and I think the approach you've taken, like you said, it's an advantageous thing, not only for us, but if we can make it work for the schools. I know you and I and Murph worked on the mound over at, North College Hill. We had a bunch of guys working on putting tons of dirt in the infield there. I know you've done some work at Finneytown. Doing things like that certainly can't hurt. It says a lot about the guys in this league that we're able to give back a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'd only question you on a bunch of guys. I mean, we can list a bunch of guys that complain a little bit here and there about the fields, but I can count the number of guys that showed up on one hand. So, those 5 guys, I know they know who they are. Thanks for getting out there and helping. And for everyone else that doesn't like how a field looks, I'd encourage you to not talk about it, but actually do something. So that's, we can all talk, but when it comes down to it, if we want to play on better fields, we pay it forward by getting out there and showing the ADs and the schools that, there's actually work to be done and we're willing to do it.
Actions speak louder than words. You are correct, my friend. And you're
for sure
been battling some injuries this year. When healthy, obviously one of the best pitchers in the league. Kind of ran into some issues this year. You got hit by a pitch this year, and it's kind of derailed your time on the mound. I know you worked hard to get back, but tell us about that. How's the injury coming along?
No, it's slower than I want it to be. Had my shoulder scoped early November last year, and was coming back really strong. Felt really good, and I think I made 3 or 4 appearances, and very, very productive appearances on the mound. And we were playing Deerfield that first inning. Hit a ball to third base, the bases loaded, and guy knocked it down and threw to the plate to force our guy at the plate. And catcher tried to throw to first, and kind of ripped me right in the back of the shoulder socket. And I just had I kind of had lingering nerve pain ripping through the outside and the front of my shoulder. So it's just a matter of, fortunately, it's one of those injuries where, it's probably driving my wife more crazy than it is me. But, been back and forth to Cleveland a few times to see my orthopedics up there. And, he said you got hit in the perfect spot. You get hit 2 inches to the right, you break the humerus. You get hit 2 inches to the left, you crack your scapula. So, getting hit right in the back of that shoulder pocket. It's, I'm 6 weeks out now, and it's starting to heal. I'm starting to be able to throw, but, at this point, it's almost try and maintain it, try and get it better so that I can actually be really healthy for next year.
Well, that's a good thing. We'd like to see you back out on the mound, but maybe not in the play-in game, because if the season ended today, you guys would be playing my team a week from Wednesday in a play-in game. So take it easy with that shoulder. Bring it back strong next year so you can strike Ray out.
Yeah, no, I can probably load myself up with naproxen to punch you out a few times or something. We'll
Get
see.
one of those hyperbaric chambers or something like that. Just so you can come back. Just one pitch, one game against the Yankees, be done.
Yeah,
Well,
we had that a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think we did. We did have a game a couple years ago where you. I think we were doing the thing where they were recording the game, if you remember, and the computer fried.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to see the end of that one. I think I crushed a ball against you in that game. Do you remember that?
Everybody's
Yeah,
asleep.
the one. I think it just made it to the second baseman.
There's no video, so I can't. I guess I can't lie about this one. It may have made it to the dirt. Yes, I think it may have gotten to the dirt area. I don't remember. But, nonetheless, we appreciate you coming on with us here tonight. Best of luck to you on Wednesday. In fact, you guys have a big game with the Hustle. That'll go a long way with determining a couple playoff spots there at the end. I know you guys took care of them the first time around, and never an easy game when you take on the Hustle, but best of luck to you on Wednesday night.
Yeah, hey, thanks. We've had some good games with them over the years. We got kind of there's a fun stretch where you got those 7 or 8 teams right in the middle of the pack fighting for that 6 through 14 spot. And so, the name of the game, you got to score runs to win. So hopefully we can score a few runs and keep those guys. I think it still works. If you score more runs than them, you win.
Usually that formula works out very well in baseball. It's been proven time and time again. Score more, you good chance to win. Adrian Sheau has been our guest on the Hot. Thanks, Adrian. He's been our guest on the Hot Corner. If you'd like to be on the Hot Corner or know someone who might, please let Ray or I know. Always fun to give the background on the teams and players that make up the CABL.
Welcome back, guys, and now it's time to go over the games coming up on 8/21 Wednesday night. Don't forget, by the way, if you're playing at a facility without lights, the games are at 6:15. Games with lights will be at 6:30. We do have one alteration to that, and one will be at 7:30, which we'll cover here at the end. But for the first game of the night, we got the Brewers and the Knights. Oh, did it again. Let's call them the Brew Crew. We got to get that changed.
Brew Crew.
The Brew Crew play the Knights. That's going to be a good fun when they play out at Franklin, and we're going to have not only just a battle of the game, but we're going to have a battle of the write-ups.
The website. There'll be 2 interesting write-ups going back and forth. Joe Boo versus either Kim Scott-Unn or the Civil War letters. Should be entertaining either way, regardless.
Yes. And the next game, I'm going to skip over that one.
We'll talk about that one a little
last.
bit.
Yeah, we'll get that one.
We'll talk about it.
So, out of Testerman, we've got the Reds playing Deerfield. Again, the games that we're going over right now are 6:15 games, and we'll tell you when they're at 6:30. But Reds and Deerfield out at Testerman.
Sting and Hustle do battle for the second time this year. This game out at Finneytown, 6:15 start there. Big implications for the playoffs for both of those ball clubs, both trying to get in that top 12 there, and Hustle trying to hang on, Sting trying to make a late charge. Tigers and Orioles out at Westchester Baseball Complex, and I believe the Tigers won the first matchup between these two, but certainly 2 teams that have some good young players, and should be a pretty good matchup there.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one out there. Out at Action Sports, this game will be at 6:30. You got the Dayton Braves playing the Mudcats, so a little rubber match game here going on from this weekend and stuff. So good luck to those guys out there. Out at Schuler, we got as the 6:30 start as well. We've got the Bulls and the Suds. Nice game going to be out there. That could actually have some implications on the standings.
Could be a game of the week candidate. We don't know.
Yeah, that
so
could
certainly
be.
has possibilities. Dragons and Expos, another rubber match. This one out at Riverfront. I believe the Expos won the first matchup. Dragons won the last. So we'll decide the season series on that one. Meridians and Hooks playing out at Crosley. And the first time around, this was one of the games of the year. Joe Mills held the Hooks scoreless for 8 innings. In fact, the Meridians held a 3-0 lead going to the 9th inning back in July. But the Hooks able to played 3 to tie it in the 9th, and they won it in the 11th with a 4 spot. And one of those narrow escapes. Very rarely do you get the Hooks on the ropes there, but this was one of those days, and Meridians going to try to get them this time around. Again, 6:30 start time out at Crosley. That should be a terrific ball game.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to be able to see, and I'm going to definitely look up and watch out for the score on that game because Meridian's got a shot at doing what's only been done once so far this year and taking down the Hooks. So that's going to be interesting to see. Last game of the night will be a 7:30 start out at Foundation. And out at Foundation, you're going to have the Dodgers taking on the Flying Tigers.
Flying Tigers making the road trip. They usually play most of their games at either Crosley or Wyoming, and out on the road and taking on a Dodgers team that I believe got them the first time around. So Flying Tigers looking for a little bit of revenge there. And we have one more game on the docket. I'll let you introduce this one, Ray. I have a feeling this one may well end up as the game of the week.
And this week's Game of the Week is brought to you by Hand in Hand Realty. Are you looking for your next home or even your dream home? Call Hand in Hand Realty of Kentucky and let them help you get into that home today. Hand in Hand Realty is independently owned and operated and has 5 locations to provide you the service you deserve. With offices in Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, Southeast Indiana, Hamilton, and now servicing the Lexington, Georgetown areas in Kentucky, they can cover our tri-state area to help find you the home you're looking for. Call John Vince or one of their many agents at Hand in Hand Realty to get started today. Or to get more information or even browse listings, you can visit their website. The website is handinhandrealtyky.com or call 859-331-8800. That number again is 859-331-8800. Hand in Hand Realty. Find a new place to call home. It's going to be battle number 2 of the 2 cutoff men. It will be out at Sycamore, and it's going to be my Colt 45s taking on your Yankees.
And always a fun time when those 2 ball clubs get together out at Sycamore, 6:15 start time. If you're not doing anything, come on out. See the 2 cutoff men in action. Both of us will be out there playing in that ball game, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And, I think your team is the only team we have not beaten in the league yet. You need to take a notch on the belt here this week.
Well, it's almost like talking about a no-hitter when it happens. You just don't want to say anything to jinx it. So I'm not going to say anything about that right now. I'm just going to let it ride. Yeah, exactly. Keep that quiet. I'm not saying anything about that. But yeah, should be a good ball game. We've had a couple good ones the last 2 years, and again, Sycamore High School 6:15 start on Wednesday night, and that won't be the end of the regular season per se, because we still have the makeup games set for Sunday, but we won't know what those are going to be until Thursday morning. Why, you say? Well, the reason being we have to evaluate the strength of schedule, who's played who, and where we are in the standings. So we'll have some more games for you, but on Sunday we just don't know what they're going to be as of yet. So we'll have those for you. In fact, we'll be wrapping them up next week. But when we talk about the standings here in a bit, we can kind of talk about what may well be some of those matchups.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's kind of hard to be able to kind of predict what's going to happen and who's going to play who, because it can be like one game that separates a ton of teams. So this week is really going to have some meaning to it, and guys are going to be out ready to play. And as we get down closer to the playoffs, it's going to be a fun week to cover too for us. So that's your game of the week, and just sorry guys, when we do the show, we get to pick, and that's going to be our
true.
Pick. So
it's one of the perks of the job. We get to pick our own game for game of the week sometimes.
So now we're going to talk about the current standings and kind of the makeup of how the playoffs are looking, and that way you guys will kind of know the breakdown of who could possibly be playing who, depending on our Wednesday results. And again, I believe Jay said we will know the results of which game is who on probably on Thursday by the end of the day. So
Thursday morning. Yeah, we'll have it bright and early Thursday. It's Ray. As we know, the playoff situation as it stands, the top 4 teams in the league get a bye. They don't have to play a play-in game. And then teams 5 through 12, that's 8 teams. 5 plays 12, 6 plays 11, 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9. The 4 winners of those games will join those 4 teams with the bye, and those will make up your 8 teams in the playoffs that will play for the championship. What happens to the other 12 teams, you say? Well, we do have a secondary tournament. Think of NIT if you're thinking college basketball terms. And we let those teams play it out, something to play for at the end of the season, or kind of like we do in Florida, Ray, with the quad A, triple A, double A, single A. We let the teams play it out in the bracket to have something to play for at the end. So I think what we